So go ahead and cry, my little sweetie pie, and know that I'll be right here. I'll be right here by your side. So take a deep breath and go ahead and cry. I'll hold you close, cheek to cheek, sway back and forth to our heartbeat. So go ahead and cry, my little sweetie pie, and know that I'll be right here. I'll be right here by your side. So take a deep breath and go ahead and cry. My shoulder is here, I'm not going anywhere. So let it all out, I love you and I care. So go ahead and cry, my little sweetie pie, and know that I'll be right here. I'll be right here by your side. So take a deep breath and go ahead and cry.
Good morning. It is Saturday and it's story time, and you're here and I'm here, and it's super cloudy outside. I mean, really cloudy, and I think it looks like it might rain. And when I was driving in, it was windy. But you know what? That's okay. Because it actually, what the weather looks like is sometimes how we feel on the inside. And I know, it just seems kind of strange to be excited. But I'm actually really excited because today we're actually having a story time about a feeling that we sometimes have. And sometimes we feel grumpy. And what I like about the word grumpy is it's different from sad. It's different from angry. It's just kind of, it's a bad mood feeling, kind of, I don't know. It's grumpy. And there are actually so many children's books, and adult books too, but children's books that have grumpy in the title. So we're going to do it today. We are going to have a story time about grumpy. And you know what? I think I will start with Grumpy Cat. Look at that face. The eyes, the mouth, everything about it says grumpy. And that's actually part of the book, part of the painting. It looks like the book fell in the mud, but it's just part of the picture. At night, other cats in the neighborhood would meet and play together. And Cat wanted to join in, but he just didn't know how. The other cats didn't ask him because they thought he was a grumpy cat. But really, see, he was a lonely cat. One night, everything changed. There was a terrible thunderstorm that crashed and shook the ground, and Cat looked for shelter from the storm. But there wasn't any, and poor Cat got wetter and colder and soggier and even grumpier than before. Then, suddenly, out of nowhere, there came a meow. And Cat looked down, and there between his paws was a little ginger Kitten. Kitten was as wet and as cold and as soggy as Cat. Meow, said the kitten. No, Cat didn't know what to do. This had never happened before. Well, the rain stopped and Kitten meowed again, and she thought she had found a friend. But Cat just glared at Kitten and walked away. And Kitten followed Cat, and she rolled on her back and she showed her belly. And she wiggled her tail under Cat's nose, and she tried to catch Cat's tail. She just wanted to be friendly. But Cat still looked grumpy. Cat tried his best to lose Kitten by balancing on a high picket fence, but Kitten was right behind him. Cat thought he'd finally lost Kitten by climbing up a tall tree, and then Cat heard a meow. Slowly and grumpily, Cat turned around, and there, at the foot of the tree, was Kitten. Kitten followed Cat up the tree, and she tried to reach him by balancing on the thinnest of branches. And then Kitten slipped. Quick as a flash, Cat leaped over and took Kitten gently by the scruff of her neck and carried her back down the tree to safety. Once they were on the ground, Cat licked Kitten to make sure she felt safe. Kitten meowed. She was happy and hungry, and so Cat dashed off. But soon returned with a surprise, a great big fresh fish, as big as Kitten. And Cat and Kitten ate until their bellies were full. Cat and Kitten cuddled up for a snooze. They had each found a friend, and Cat was never grumpy again. Well, almost never. It just has such a great cover, doesn't it? Grumpy Cat. Sometimes friends come along and they surprise us and we feel less grumpy. All right, I think I have a song. Let's see if we've got a song. Let's just see. Let's try this. This is a new one. This is called The Weather Inside. And I do every Saturday talking about the weather outside. But since we're talking about feeling grumpy and our feelings, let's try this. It's kind of a slower one. It's kind of just a listening one.
Open your eyes. What's the weather you're seeing outside?
Cloudy.
Is it cloudy or lots of sunshine?
Nope.
What's the weather outside? Now close your eyes.
Now close your eyes.
What's the weather you're feeling inside? Is it stormy or cold or nice? What's the weather inside? Some days are rainbows and sun and blue sky. Some days are darker with clouds passing by. No matter what, it will all be okay. What's the weather today?
What's the weather today? weather today. So sometimes it's sunny and bright, and sometimes it's cloudy and gray. And we have different kinds of emotions and feelings. All right, so, I just love this cover. Look at that. Look at that mouse. So you just tell me, if I were to cover this up, if I were to cover up that word, you would know, wouldn't you? You would know. How does that mouse feel? That mouse feels grumpy. But just looking at it actually makes me feel better. And the title of the book is I'm Not Grumpy. So let's find out what's going on here. I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy. Who'd have fooled us? Mouse was in a grumpy mood. He woke up to find that the door to his oak tree was blocked, listen to this, by a big furry bottom. That's just what I need, he grumbled, climbing out of the window to see what was going on. Then splash! A drop of water landed on Mouse's nose. Rain, he grumbled. That's just what I need. But it wasn't a raindrop. It was a teardrop from a very sad badger. Where's my mommy? She wailed. Well, I don't know, squeaked Mouse. But I'll help you if you stop crying. Little Badger sniffed, and then she took Mouse's paw, and off they went. But they hadn't gone far when a butterfly fluttered past. Pretty! Squealed Little Badger, galloping after it. Stop! Squeaked Mouse. But when Little Badger did, Mouse was completely lost. Oh, that's just what I need, he groaned. Hello, said a little voice. Aren't you that grumpy mouse who lives in the old oak tree? I'm not grumpy, said Mouse grumpily. Trying to get this little badger back to her mommy. Oh, how kind, said the squirrel. My friend will know where the badgers live. Come on. Hello, squirrel, hooted Owl. Oh, what a dear little badger. Oh, and you brought lunch. I am not lunch, sputtered Mouse. Indeed, nodded Owl. You're that grumpy mouse. I don't eat grumpy mice. They're much too sour. Actually, said Squirrel, he's trying to get little Badger back home to her mommy. And I love how they call the badger Little Badger, even though the badger is clearly bigger than all of them. Then follow me, smiled Owl. The forest is a dangerous place after dark, so we better get going. Everyone followed Owl deeper into the forest, then suddenly, splosh! A drop of water landed on Mouse's nose. Oh, please don't start crying. Hang on. Oh, please don't start crying again, grumbled Mouse. But it wasn't a teardrop. It was a raindrop. That's just what I need, Mouse huffed as it started to pour. We must keep Little Badger dry, said Owl. Soggy badgers catch colds. Oh no, gasped Mouse. Does anyone have an umbrella? Well, you're welcome to take shelter under my tummy, said a big brown bear. But what is the grumpy mouse doing out here with little Badger? Well, he's trying to get her home, said Squirrel quickly. What a kind friend, smiled Bear. And Mouse blushed. He'd never been called a friend before. And when the rain stopped, Bear pointed them in the right direction. And you better hurry, he said. It's getting late. As they trudged through the darkening forest, little Badger yawned. Oh, she's tired, Squirrel, said Squirrel as shadows stretched across their path. Well, it's past her bedtime, agreed Owl. I know, cried Mouse. She's tired and hungry and scared, and she needs her mommy, and it's getting dark, and I don't know what to do, he sobbed. There, said Squirrel. Owl spread his wings. I know what you need. Hog, cheered little Badger. Who's getting the hug? Who's getting the hug? Look. Mouse felt funny. Being a bit of a grumpy mouse, he didn't get many cuddles. Suddenly, there was a flash of gray in the bushes. Mommy? Called little Badger hopefully. But it wasn't Badger's mommy. It was a wolf. He swaggered over, licking his lips. Look what we have here, the wolf snickered. A squirrel for starters, a badger and an owl for the main course, and a mouse for dessert. I'm not dessert, shouted Mouse angrily. And you can't eat my friends. Says who? Sneered the wolf. Me, shouted the mouse. And me, shouted Squirrel. And me, shouted the owl. And me, shouted Mommy Badger. And the wolf took one look at her angry eyes and ran away. Mommy Badger hugged little Badger tightly. Oh, thank you all for bringing her home. It was Mouse's idea, said Squirrel. Well, thank you, Mr. Wait a minute, said Mommy Badger. Aren't you the grumpy mouse that lives in the oak tree? For the last time, huffed Mouse. I'm not grumpy. At least, not anymore. And for the first time in a long time, Mouse smiled. Because now I have friends, he said. And friends, well, that's just what I need. I'm not grumpy. Isn't that sweet? I'm not grumpy. I like that book. I'm not grumpy. At least not anymore. How can we be grumpy when we are together reading stories and singing songs? There's no way.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's the alphabet. Come on, sing it with me. Well, the alphabet has
So,
need.
I don't know why it does
So
that.
you can understand all the books you read. Everybody knows it, near and far. And now you got to learn it. It's not that hard. It's the alphabet. Come on, sing it with me. Here's how it goes
Ready?
now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's the alphabet. On and sing it with me.
My speaker is not
Now
happy.
your
It's
turn.
grumpy.
What's gonna happen here is I'm gonna
Maybe
say
it's running out of battery.
A,
It is
and then
probably.
you're gonna keep on singing the
Oh
alphabet.
well.
Now, it's not that hard, but you gotta know what you're doing. Thing is, there's only 26 letters,
26.
and you gotta learn it sometime.
We know
So
it.
now's a really good
But I always get
time
nervous.
for you to learn the alphabet. You can just keep playing this song over and over and over and over again until you get it.
You ready?
Your turn.
I think it's running out of batteries. It really is.
H,
I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V,
W, X.
Y, Z.
That's the alphabet. Come on, sing it with me. Now one more time with feeling. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Z. That's the
Alphabet
alphabet.
charge the speaker.
Come on and sing it with me.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Oh yeah, that's the alphabet. Why don't you sing it with me? That's the alphabet. Come on and sing it with
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
me. Yeah.
We nearly made it through. I think the speaker is grumpy because it needs to be charged. All right, all right. I think we're going to do Lily and Bear, Grumpy Feet. And I love the illustrations in this one. Look, look. If that is not a grumpy day, it's not a great picture. Lily and Bear, Grumpy Feet. Lily loved to draw, but today something felt different. Things felt a little frumpy and bumpy and not so quite right. The day was too rainy, and the teapot was too dribbly, and the sunshine color was missing. Lily's pencils were too pointy, her paint too sloshy, and her crayons too stubby. Everything felt grouchy and mouchy, out of sorts and discombobulated, until Lily drew. Bear. things to do. Number 1, draw a bear. Number 2, drive to the moon. Number 3, drink hot chocolate. Number 4, polish stairs. Number 5, jump really high. And number 6, find a baby unicorn. Number 1, draw a bear. So Bear put on his doctor's hat and stethoscope and listened. It was clear to Bear what was wrong. Lily had grumpy feet. Bear thought it would help if Lily wore happy shoes. But things still felt frumpy and bumpy and not so quite right. Lily's feet were still grumpy. Those are great though, aren't they? Bear thought it might help if Lily had some sticky cake, but Lily's feet were still grumpy. Lily took her grumpy feet to sit in the toy box, and Bear looked at Lily's list and had a marvelous idea. He set to work immediately. Bear squeezed into the toy box next to Lily and started the engine. "Where are we going?" asked Lily. Bear drove past the rainy day, the dribbly teapot and the missing sunshine color, past the pointy pencils and sloshy paint and stubby crayons, past the happy shoes and the sticky, fishy cake, to a place that glows all comfy, not frumpy and bumpy. "It is very so and just right," said Bear, as they drove into the starry night. They drank hot chocolate and polished the stars. And then Bear played a happy moon tune on his banjo. Lily's feet started to tap and smile. And Lily's feet started to wiggle and giggle. And Lily's feet started to laugh and jump really high. Bear had turned the grumps into jumps, and there was only one thing left to do. Number 6 on Lily's list. Find a baby unicorn. And they did. And that is the end. I just like it. You know what? I have to go back to the beginning because I misread a word that didn't make any sense to me. When we looked at our list, when I read out our list, I made a mistake. So things to do. Here's our list again. Draw a bear, which Lily did. And the next one was what? Drive to the moon. And Bear made the box and they went to the moon. Drink hot chocolate. But look at number 4. I read this out. It says polish stars. But I actually said polish stairs. And I was like, gosh, that's strange, isn't it? Why would she want to polish stairs? What a difference one letter makes. Polish stars. That's funny. Jump really high and find a baby unicorn. So they polished the stars, not the stairs. Yeah, that wouldn't be on my list, to polish the stairs. Lily and Bear and Grumpy Feet. And what I love about this is sometimes it takes our imagination and a little bit of an escape. But look what really makes a difference, I think, is music and dancing. So that's a fun book. All right. Well, as we were reading stories, the speaker got plugged in. So you know what? We're going to be able to do one more song. And let's do this one. It's so true. There's so many great books on being grumpy. Or not. Classic. Grumpy Monkey. Grumpy Goat. Grumpy Morning.
It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say,
You can always start over.
I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling, a feeling you know that I'll be back. When the day is good, and I'll have more.
I'll be back on Saturday.
Ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too.
It was so good to be with you today and to think about feelings, what the weather is on the inside. And sometimes we're grumpy, and that's okay. And I think one of the ways we can feel less grumpy is to actually be with those that we care about and we love. So I hope today you get to spend it with people that you enjoy. I think it's an inside day. So if you want to, head over to the library and we'll have more story times to follow. Have a great week. And we're going to go out on a song just because I like it. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.